So it is Sunday, July 13th, the Sunday before High Lonesome, and I just got to Laurie State Park. I'm doing my what I think is going to be my last trail run before High Lonesome. It's probably going to be hot. It's just shy of 10 o'clock and it's going to be like in the 90s today. So I'm actually testing my final piece of gear that I have not yet tested, which is an ice bandana. I've never worn it. I've used bandanas and ice in conjunction with each other in the past, but I've never actually used like a specific ice bandana. So we're going to be testing that out. And otherwise just trying to stay cool, get some miles in, keep it loose, keep it fun, and enjoy the lap, what I'm assuming is going to be the last trail run before High Lonesome. So let's get this done. Also, today I have on one of my favorite pieces of apparel from John G, especially if I'm doing like a casual trail run or like road run. This is the 2-inch split shorts. They are really nice and cool, super comfortable, super breathable. They also have the little locking S-beaner and some pockets in here, which I really appreciate, especially for just like more chill runs like what I'm doing today. So if you're interested in checking out the split shorts, they always come in really fun patterns. You can click the link in the description, use my code Mountain High Life for 10% off your order. So thank you so much to John G for partnering with me, believing in the channel, and making the best running apparel. So maybe 4.5 miles in, and oof, it's very, very warm. We're in the first climb of the day, so just taking it slow. I'm glad I brought the ice bandana. What a difference this thing makes. Oh my gosh. And pretty much everything on me is now soaked, which is good just because it's so hot, dude. So this is a little bit of a challenge, but we'll figure out if we need to adapt or anything. But for right now, just gonna keep it moving and just try to keep it cool. Back in the valley, got like 2.5 more miles to go. All gonna be very sunny and exposed. But bring it on. We're ready. Sunday run is done. 11 miles, 1,500 feet of elevation gain, and pretty stoked with how that went. I usually don't do well in the heat, but that ice bandana made such a difference. I do have to wonder if having a white running vest helped at all as well, but I can officially say that every piece of gear I will be using for the High Lonesome 100 has been tested. The ice bandana was the last piece of gear I needed to test, and it was honestly such a savior. I mean, like I said, I don't do well in the heat, and I mean, it got to a certain point where it just continued to feel hot, but not any hotter, like it maxed out, if you will. But the ice bandana kept me nice and cool, shaded my neck, kept me like very wet. My shirt is very wet right now, so really stoked with that. But the plan for today is to just kind of take you along for a little vlog, take you along on this Sunday, the last Sunday before race day, and just kind of tell you a few things before race day next Friday. So the plan is right now to get home, shower, make some food, continue prepping my drop bags, and we'll just kind of talk about some final thoughts and things going into the race this week. So all that to be said, I'll see you here in just a bit. I ate some food. Don't judge the size of those pancakes. They were freaking awesome. But I pretty much have my drop bags put together, which makes me feel really good. I pretty much have everything ready to go for the start line. I have extras of things laying around, and I also have like clothing, gear, apparel that's going to be going into my bag for my crew for the second half of the race. And now it's just time to like really fine tune the packing for this event, which is amazing. It feels really good. So yeah, I thought I would just kind of sit down, talk to you guys about just mindset, how I'm feeling physically, mentally, any strategies I have for the race, thoughts, goals, all of it. Like my last video before the High Lonesome 100, crazy. How do I feel mentally and physically this week, race week? And starting with like the physical side, it's so funny how last weekend my mind just was really playing tricks on me, and I was like, I'm losing fitness there. No, I really did need to just take it a little bit easier, rest. And I think having that easy week last week, I had a really great run yesterday. I did 16 miles, 3,000 feet of gain with one of my pacers, and felt so strong, really strong on the climbs, strong on the descents, and just, it was kick-ass. Like I felt really good. And I also had a really strong run earlier this week. I think it was Wednesday. I did a 10-mile run. I think there was like 2,200 feet of gain. And again, just felt so strong, which was so awesome. Like it just goes to show sometimes you just need to rest and actually taper. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Physically going into this, I'm feeling ready. You know, I do think that I have a little bit of just like that taper anxiety where I'm like, oh my God, my arch feels a little sore, tender. Do I have plantar fasciitis? Or like, oh my gosh, this calf feels tight. And you start like manifesting all these symptoms and issues that aren't really issues. But other than that, I really do feel good, which is awesome. Mentally, you know, I had my moment last week, but I really think I needed to have that last weekend so I could just kind of walk into this past week / this weekend, the weekend before the race, feeling calm, collected, and confident. Truly, I really do feel confident, and I feel like I was able to put all my things together. And just logistically, I'm feeling really good and comfortable. I feel really supported by my crew and pacers and you guys. And I'm just really looking forward to this event. If I'm being honest, it still doesn't feel real. You would think that after my panic last weekend, it would be starting to feel really real, but so you could tell me it's this upcoming weekend, or you could tell me it's 4 weeks from now, and I would believe you either way. So mentally, I really do feel good. I really do feel good and comfortable and just excited to see, you know, how things go, which I think is a good segue into point number 2. What's my plan strategy for the race? So mentally, I really feel that going and checking out different sections of this course has helped me to compartmentalize this course. Instead of looking at it as like I'm running 100 miles, I really, at this point in time, I'm like, okay, this section to this section. For example, the start line to Antero, and then St. Elmo to Cottonwood and back, and then Tin Cup to Hancock, and Hancock to Monarch, and then Monarch to blanks. Like it's all very much so like section by section, which I think is really helpful because I'm hoping I can maintain that mentality within the race of just like, you just make it to this section and then it's on to the next thing, and then it's a new run, you know, just trying to really not overwhelm myself with 100 miles. As far as like kind of a plan goes, you know, that's my mental plan, is to just stay in the moment. Ideally on my watch, I'm just going to try to keep it on the map face as much as possible, because 1, I'm directionally challenged and will make a wrong turn if I don't. And 2, I just really want to be able to look at data such as mileage or elevation that elevation gained thus far as objective feedback, not take it and internalize it and be like, I've only run 37 miles. I have 63 more miles to go. How am I going to do this? What am I going to do? I just don't care to do any of that. There's no benefit to it. So, you know, just like objectively looking at my watch, okay, I'm at mile 46. I have about 3 miles until I get into Hancock. Boom, let's go. Like, just think of it like that. It's just, you know, data. that's it. Just staying present, and kind of my focus for this race is just to be steady. I want to just kind of run this at, you know, what's steady for me. As far as my pace goes, as far as climbing goes, running goes, just be steady. Run my own race, stay within myself. There's a lot of energy in these races, and I just know for me, it's best if I just focus on me and know what's best for my body and how I want to approach this course. I also want to just be really steady with my fueling. I've taken into consideration kind of different parts of the course and what my needs might be. I've talked a lot about this. I have a whole video about fueling, but during the heat of the day, a lot of liquid nutrition, gels, and precision chews, and then hopefully kind of as we get into nighttime, being able to eat more real food, proper food. I know the aid stations, I'll hopefully be able to grab some Morton bars, but just good steady nutrition, especially in the first half of that race, so that way I don't just have it come back to bite me over nutrition. I would be so mad at myself. So just good steady fueling, good steady pace that works for me, and steady mind. So that's kind of my strategy. The other big thing about this course is there's a couple considerable descents in the first half. For me, I really get torn up on descents, especially if I take them way too hot and let my eco just kind of dictate the pace. So I think for some of the steeper descents earlier on in the race, being conservative, backing off, also not being ashamed to whip out my poles just to kind of help with braking rather than relying on my quads, just really trying to conserve those quads, because the other kind of strategy I have for this race, or hope, is to be able to come kind of once I leave Monarch, run not fast, but to be able to run as much as I can of those last 30 miles, since they are pretty runnable, all things considered. You know, there is like 5,000 feet of climbing in the last 30 miles, but there's not like one considerable climb. It's all undulating. You pick up some gain over those 30 miles. So that's really my biggest goal, is to be conservative enough through the first half of the race, so that way for the last 30-ish miles I have enough in my legs to be able to run as much as possible. Another good goal is to talk about my actual goals for the race. So it's very difficult to sit here and be like, this is what I hope to finish the race in. I mean, it's not, but it is, because it's good to set goals, but when you haven't even come close to this distance, like how do you truly gauge what you're gonna run? I have no idea how I'm gonna feel after even mile 50, you know? I mean, I've run 100K, but there's so many different variables. So my hope is to finish. That's my C goal, is just finish. You never know what you're gonna run into, so it's like if all hell breaks loose, at least just get across that finish line, no matter what it takes, how long it takes, cross the finish line. Goal number 2, I think that if I am just kind of, you know, I've had the problems arise and things have come up, I've been able to troubleshoot, but it's been a little bit of a day. I think that I could run this around the 30 to 31 hour mark. I don't know. I think I could do that. So I don't know. That's like if things don't go quite to plan or perfect and I run into some issues, which inevitably I will. Again, it's 100 miles, but that's kind of my hope, is maybe like 30 to 31 hours. We'll see. And then my A goal, what is the A goal? You know, if everything goes to plan, I feel great, fueling goes great, we have perfect weather, not too hot, no storms, you know, I'm conservative through the first bit and I really am able to run that, you know, last third of the race. My hope is to maybe go around 28 hours. I don't know. That could be very ambitious, but I don't know. I really don't know. I guess we'll just have to see how it all plays out, but I think that would be really cool. So we'll see. We'll see what race day has in store. So if you do want to see what race day has in store, let's talk just social media, following the race, all of that goodness. So if you care to follow along, you can follow me on Open Split. You can get, I think as of race week, you can sign up for text message reminders or notifications and email notifications once I get in and out of an aid station. So this would be probably the most accurate way to follow and keep up with me on Open Split. So once I make it through a checkpoint, boom, it's there, it's locked in. It'll tell you what time of day I was in and out. That's probably going to be the most accurate way to follow me in regards to just like basic data. Now, as I do know, I'm really excited about this, that Mountain Outpost is going to be live streaming the event. Mountain Outpost live streamed Hard Rock, Western States, Cocodona this year. So I'm really stoked. So if you can catch me on there, send me some good vibes. That would be amazing. But I do know that they will be streaming. I do want to say that as of race week, I will probably post something on YouTube as well as my Instagram with like more direct links to everything. So if you care to follow along, just keep your eye out for that. And then also my Instagram, which is linked down below. It's the Mountain High Life on Instagram. I'm going to try to have one of my friends just kind of post some things along on my Instagram, just kind of keeping you guys up to date as I get through just different crew aid stations. I might try to post something. I don't know what service is going to be like, you know, at certain points, but if we get it through, we get it through. But if I'm being honest, come race day, that's going to be my biggest focus, is just racing, just being there, getting through it. I do want to just, I know I mentioned this in a video here recently, but in regards to my race recap video, it's going to be a few weeks. I do have pre-recorded content, and what's kind of fun about that pre-recorded content is it will be showcasing different parts of the course. So if you're interested to see what sections of High Lonesome were like, you can kind of get some sneak peeks through those videos. I will be doing just kind of like a touch base video talking about recovery, how I'm doing, what the recovery process is like, life after 100 miles. I hope to do one of those videos kind of amidst all of that, but it'll take me a little bit for the race recap video. So just so we're all on the same page there. If you care to follow along and you don't want to miss my High Lonesome recap video, don't forget to subscribe. Just final thoughts about the race this week. It's crazy. 7 months of hard work and dedication to this goal. It has been so much fun training for this race. I'm so proud of all the time and dedication I have put towards this. It has been hard. There have been many sacrifices that I have made, but I would not change anything. You know, it's been such a fun way to learn about myself and this sport. And I just feel so fortunate for this opportunity to even toe the start line. And it really is such a privilege to run this race. And I'm really hoping that when things get tough, I can just remember that and focus on the step I'm in, the mile I'm in. I've run 1,600 miles. I've climbed over 205,000 feet this year alone, and that's insane. That is like the most training I've ever done, and I'm just really excited to see how it all plays out and like put myself to the test. If you're out there and you see me and you're running, like say hi, please say hi. And even if I'm hallucinating, I'll try to give you all the love that I possibly can. You know, I love it when people say hi and recognize me. It's crazy. It's so fun. And it's so fun seeing other people on the trail. It's just great to see you guys out there just crushing it yourself. So I just really want to say thank you all so much for the support over the last few weeks and months. And I'm just really, really empowered by this really awesome community we have. And hopefully I have the best day. You know, hopefully that's what we run into, but I don't know. I don't know what events and problems or obstacles I will be facing during these 100 miles, but hopefully they're not too crazy. Yeah, all that to be said, I just want to say thank you so much for the love and support, and I'm really, truly so excited. Really, I am. Still a lot to get through before we get to the start line, but it's gonna be fun. And it's gonna be beautiful and hard and hot and cold and all the things, but we're gonna have some fun. But I'm gonna keep packing, and then I think we're gonna get some sushi. It sounds perfect. It has still been so hot today. Thankfully my fiance does HVAC, so like he helps keep the place cool, but dang, it is so hot today. So let's keep working, and we'll touch base soon. Some progress. Check this out. So this is going to be my crew bag. Pretty much I have my extra clothes. I have the extra vest as well as extra shoes, and then that's not nutrition. Nutrition tucked away down there. Yes, I have a crazy watch tan. This is going to be all of my drop bags. I need to get more Ziploc bags, not the feed bags, because those are not waterproof. They have holes in them, but they are all in there along with everything I have or need to label them, ready to go. This is just another drop bag that'll go to Cottonwood, but it's hanging out because it's going to go in this giant bag there because it'll have some extra gear, required gear for the divide section. This is everything for the start line, including nutrition. I just need my bottles to dry out. They'll go in there. Some gifts for the crew, Janji. I mean, come on. And then this will be just like packing, bag, clothing, other things. So yeah. Oh, and then I have this box right here. I have some little stickers. I mean, they're very small, but if you happen to see me, come say hi up at Packet Pickup, and I'm gonna carry some of these around, and if you say hi, you might get a sticker. But just some other random fun things. I have my like fun sunglasses. This nail polish is so insanely beautiful, and it's really nice when you're out on trail and you go to reach for a gel and then you're just like, ooh, sparkly. So just some other random kind of knickknacks hanging out in this little box right here. For the most part, it's all contained to one area now. It's not all over the floor. So it's me from earlier, but I thought I would just film an outro while I had good lighting. You know, it's crazy, really, really crazy that we're here. So again, I just want to say thank you guys all so much for the love and support. It really means so much to me. Don't forget to keep your eye out for my post kind of giving you some more information as to ways that you can track my splits or, you know, my running during the High Lonesome 100, as well as the live stream for the High Lonesome 100. But I just want to say thank you guys so much. Again, if you happen to see me out there, I will do my best to give you all the love I can in that moment. I do have to say thank you again to Janji as well. I haven't quite locked down my outfit yet, but I will probably be changing. I do know Sun Chaser hoodie all day, both days. I might throw on, I have the Rover hoodie, their merino wool hoodie that I have for any overnight sections or cold sections. I even have a pair of pants from them that I'm putting in my crew bag, and just such good gear, such incredible apparel. I really appreciate them. So go give them some love. Use my code Mountain High Life for 10% off your order. And that is gonna do it. The last video before High Lonesome. Crazy. It's just so crazy. I really can't believe it, but let's have some fun. Let's just enjoy a 100-miler as much as we can. See what we can do, how we feel. I'm excited to see how far we've come. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on the other side of the High Lonesome 100.